Hello again and welcome to Virtual Crafts. In this video we will see how processes work in Linux. In Linux, processes are instances of running programs or commands. A single application can run multiple processes to handle different tasks. For example, a web browser creates separate processes for each open tab. Now, why do we need to look at these processes? Well, listing these processes helps us maintain a healthy Linux system by identifying resource-hungry tasks, and we can detect potential bottlenecks. And in the later part of this video, I'll explain how we can kill these potential bottleneck processes. Now, Linux processes can either run in foreground or in background. Foreground processes directly interact with the users, like running a command in the terminal window. In contrast, the background processes operate silently without requiring user input, such as system monitoring tools or the file backups. So the most common tool to look at the processes in Linux is the ps command. Now the ps stands for the process status, and if you run the ps command by itself, it is going to list the processes currently running on the system. Now we can't believe that on a whole Linux operating system only these two processes are running, because ps does not list all the processes. To list all the processes, we have to use a flag ef, and now we will see all the processes. And you can see if I scroll up here, I can see that the user that this process belongs to is root. This is the process ID, or commonly referred to as PID. This is the parent process ID, and there are some other parameters: the time since the process has been started and the name of the process. You can see that these are currently all the running processes on our Linux operating system. Now, if you have to list a single process and you know the PID of that process, you can list it using ps-p and then the PID of the process. For example, if I say that I want to list kworker, I will use its PID, which is 3365. So if I use it in this command, you can see that only the process with the PID 3365 has been listed, which is kworker. So this is how you can list the current running processes on Linux. Now, the default parameters that are listed with the ps-ef command are very limited. If you want more parameters like memory and the user who created this and CPU usage, you can use the flag -u. When I press enter, you can see that now I have a bunch of other parameters, CPU and memory and bunch of other parameters. You can see that we have the start time too, and the time it has taken. And if I list all the processes, you can use some other flags like A to list all the processes, U for more parameters for the processes, and X for the processes that are not created by the user, that are system processes. This is the most common used command to list the processes, and you can see that these are the processes currently running. Now let's see how we can kill a process. Now, why killing a process is a good idea? Well, as I mentioned in the start of the video, that some processes may be very resource intensive, very resource hungry, and they may be the performance bottleneck for our system. We have to identify these processes and we have to kill them appropriately. And another reason is that sometimes some processes are stuck and we cannot use those processes, but they're still taking the resources, and then it becomes mandatory to kill them. So to kill a process, all you have to do is type the command kill and mention the PID. So as I said, these are all the system processes, so I will list the other processes that are for user. Oops, my bad. I have to list all the processes. And let's say we kill this process. For printer, I have no clue what this process does. It has the process ID of 2721. And if I say kill 2721, now 2721 has been killed. So this is how you can kill a process. I have listed the processes after killing 2721. Let's scroll down and see if this process exists. We have 2701 and then 2756. We do not have the process for printer anymore. So that's all. In this video we have seen how we can list the processes with some simple parameters, how we can extend those parameters to list the memory and CPU usage as well, how we can kill a process, how we can kill all the processes with the same name, etc. So we're not done with the processes yet. In the next video we will see how we can use the top and htop commands to dynamically list the processes that are being changed on runtime. That part is a bit more interesting, and that is mostly used practically. So tune up for the next video. If you like this one, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss any upcoming videos. Thank you and see you in the next video.